What if cities were built by AI, grown like mushrooms, or powered by sunlight and dreams? From cyberpunk skylines to underwater utopias, these aren't your typical blueprints. In the next 10 minutes, we're diving into 10 imaginary architectural styles so creative they'll make reality look boring. Let's begin. 1. Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk architecture imagines a future where cities grow vertically, not horizontally. Concrete towers stretch toward the clouds, stacked with neon billboards, glass corridors, and blinking ad screens. Streets below are shadowy mazes of vending machines, back alley clinics, and tangled wires. Apartments shrink into cramped cubes, often windowless, built purely for efficiency. Above them, corporate towers shine like gods in the sky, visible symbols of wealth and control. Cable trays run along the outside of buildings like veins, carrying data more important than water. Service drones hum in and out of ports, fixing infrastructure without human help. It's not a city run by government, it's owned by mega corporations. The vibe mixes Tokyo's Shinjuku with dystopian tech dreams. Everything feels automated, lit in electric blue and pink and dripping with digital noise. It's a world where luxury is measured in elevation and privacy is traded for surveillance. Cyberpunk isn't clean, it's alive, wired, and always watching. 2. Steampunk. Steampunk architecture reimagines the 1800s through the lens of gears, steam, and science fiction. Think Victorian buildings, but infused with machines. You'll see red brick walls, iron railings, and tall chimneys, but also giant boilers, piston vents, and rooftops fitted for airships. These buildings proudly expose their inner workings, rotating fans, pressure gauges, and mechanical contraptions all out in the open. Lobbies might have cog-powered elevators. Hallways glow under gaslight chandeliers, casting flickering shadows on brass control panels. Walls are lined with pipes and valves, sometimes just for decoration. Clock towers tick loudly beside rail sheds, turned into grand stations. Every detail screams handmade precision and industrial pride. Steampunk doesn't hide its technology, it shows it off. It imagines a world where the steam engine became the center of innovation and electricity never took over. It's nostalgic, gritty, and full of character, blending the elegance of the past with the fantasy of an alternate mechanical future. 3. Dieselpunk. Dieselpunk freezes architecture in the gritty, engine-driven world of the 1920s to 1940s. Think wartime factories, Art Deco glam, and the roar of diesel engines. Buildings are made of reinforced concrete and steel, heavy, raw, and unpolished. Wide hangars and factory windows dominate skylines, built not for beauty, but for muscle. Streets are filled with armored cars, cranes suspended from airships, and boxy structures that resemble bunkers more than homes. Propaganda murals stretch across walls, showing a society obsessed with strength, power, and order. Interiors glow with harsh light and echo with mechanical noise. Streamlined curves give a sense of motion even when everything is still. Outside, fuel tanks and exhaust vents jut from walls, reminding you that oil, not computers, runs this world. Dieselpunk celebrates analog tech, manual gears, and smoke-filled skies. It's a tribute to an alternate era where civilization trusts steel over circuits and grit over glamour. 4. Atompunk captures the atomic age dream of the 1940s to 1960s, a time when everything felt futuristic yet dangerously experimental. Picture pastel diners, boomerang-shaped carports, and shiny rocket-like towers rising out of peaceful suburbs. It's a world where Cold War fears and space race optimism collide. Architecture blends chrome details, colorful panels, and round domes, with backyard fallout shelters and labs covered in antennas. Coffee shops look like UFOs, while research facilities resemble sleek spaceports. Offices with curtain glass walls promise clean, modern convenience. Neon signs sparkle next to posters selling nuclear-powered kitchen gadgets. The mood is cheerful on the surface, but filled with tension underneath. Families live in planned neighborhoods with names like Atomic Acres and Rocketville, where every mailbox could double as a radiation detector. Atompunk is retrofuturism at its finest. equal parts hope and paranoia. It imagines a world where technology is the future, style is everywhere, and danger is just another design feature. 5. Solarpunk. Solarpunk imagines a future where cities and nature thrive together in harmony. Forget smokestacks, this style runs on clean energy and community values. Skyscrapers are built with wood, covered in solar panels, balcony gardens, and algae-filled facades that generate power. Parking lots turn into green spaces filled with tool libraries, bike stations, and repair cafes. Water pipes run visibly across walls, showing off recycling systems rather than hiding them. Transparent materials, soft colors, and living roofs make buildings feel warm and human. Instead of fences, you'll find shared orchards and community farms. Wind turbines and rain collectors blend into the design. Everything serves a purpose and tells a story of sustainability. There's no waste, only reuse. People don't just live in the city, they participate in keeping it alive. Solarpunk isn't just a look, it's a lifestyle built around mutual care, renewable energy, and a belief that the future doesn't have to be dark. It can be bright, green, and shared by all. 6. Biopunk. Biopunk architecture imagines a world where biology replaces bricks. Buildings aren't constructed, they're grown. Walls sprout from mushroom mycelium or bioluminescent algae, glowing gently in the dark. Corridors pulse like living veins, circulating air through bioengineered gills instead of vents. Instead of welding steel, lab technicians cultivate structures cell by cell, allowing them to harden like bone. Roofs can photosynthesize, cracks self-heal. Maintenance crews feed nutrients instead of tightening screws. These structures don't need electricity, they are electricity. Furniture might breathe, ceilings might detect your mood, buildings shift over time, adapting to their environment. It's beautiful, eerie, and unpredictable. Regulation no longer means zoning laws, it means genetic patents and microbial safety codes. The line between architecture and organism is erased. Biopunk doesn't ask, how do we build smarter? It asks, what if buildings were alive? It's a style where nature and design become one, creating spaces that evolve, react, and sometimes even rebel. 7. Post-apocalyptic salvage core. Post-apocalyptic salvage core is what architecture looks like after the world ends, and nobody's coming to fix it. There are no blueprints, no city planners, just survivors turning debris into shelter. People weld shipping containers onto bridge columns. Billboard tarps become walls. Broken satellites are repurposed as solar dishes. Anything that can hold weight or block wind becomes part of the design. Rooftops grow crops, watered by improvised greywater systems made from scavenged plumbing. Wind turbines are strapped to bikes, while toilets feed into makeshift biogas digesters. Power comes from whatever still works. Aesthetic? Forget it. Form follows survival. Every bolt tells a story of where it came from and how it was found. Nothing matches, but everything matters. This style isn't about beauty, it's about function, speed, and endurance. It's brutal, messy, and deeply personal. In Salvage Core, the only rule is use what you have. It's not just architecture, it's adaptation, one rusted screw at a time. 8. Brutalist dystopia. Brutalist dystopia turns cold concrete into control. Massive gray buildings tower like fortresses, stripped of decoration and humanity. There are no welcoming signs, no open windows, just blank walls, deep shadows, and heavy doors recessed into concrete. The architecture is intimidating on purpose. Inside, the ceilings are low, the corridors narrow, and fluorescent lights hum like a warning. Surveillance cameras nest in corners. The walls seem to watch. Everything is oversized, designed to make people feel small. Columns the width of trucks block sunlight. Even plazas, usually meant for gathering, are windswept and empty, designed to scatter crowds, not invite them. There's no softness here, no escape. It's all about discipline, order, and submission. This style is used by regimes, corporations, and institutions that want to crush individuality and remind you who's in charge. In brutalist dystopia, architecture becomes the enforcer. The building isn't just a place you live, it's a message you can't ignore. 9. Archology. Archology, a blend of architecture and ecology, is the idea of fitting an entire city into one massive building. Imagine a self-contained megastructure where tens of thousands of people live, work, and survive without ever stepping outside. Floors stack like city blocks, connected by elevators and horizontal movers instead of streets. Rooftops bristle with solar panels and wind turbines. Waste is recycled in bioreactors and water flows in closed loops. Indoor farms grow food, and climate systems maintain perfect weather inside. Every system is optimized to reduce land use, pollution, and commuting. But there's a trade-off. Everyone shares the same walls, air, and address. Privacy is minimal, and social tensions can simmer. You can't escape your neighbors when the whole city is under one roof. Still, arcologies promise extreme efficiency, a future where humans shrink their footprint by going vertical. To some it's utopia, to others it's a concrete cage. Either way, it's the city of the future packed into one giant shell. 10. Space Opera Modernism. Space opera modernism is architecture designed for galaxies, not just cities. Inspired by epic sci-fi universes, it scales everyday structures up to starship size. Airports become interstellar hubs, stretched into orbit. Curved white composite panels wrap around terminals and hangars like spacecraft skins. Massive trusses span gravity-neutral atriums, supporting wide-open spaces where humans and aliens might gather. Concourses double as embassies, habitat zones, and launch prep areas. Anodized metal walls glow with embedded LEDs. Blast shield shutters close over observation decks when rockets ignite. Nothing here is just for show. Everything blends sleek design with advanced function. Elevators glide without friction. Light filters from artificial skylights mimicking distant suns. It's clean, cinematic, and futuristic to the core. Every surface looks engineered for diplomacy, science, and spectacle. This style envisions a civilization ready for peaceful expansion into the stars, where technology doesn't dominate nature, but evolves beyond it, creating a shared architecture for a unified galaxy.